This week, we're sharing from Gary Chapman's book, The Five Love Languages, which are words of affirmation, gifts of service, quality time, acts of service, and physical touch. And today, we're going to touch on quality time. Quality time is simply this. There is an old saying that says, how is love spelled to a child? It's T-I-M-E. You have to give children time because that's what they believe love really consists of, how much of your time you're willing to give them. It's actually more than that because it's more to it than just children and how they value time. There are people in your life who they value your time, they value your presence. And so in order to demonstrate love to them, in order to share love with them, it's basically giving of your time. And what does that mean? Basically, it makes your time something of a commodity because you only have so many hours of the day. We all do. We're all given the gift of 24 hours in a day. However, it's what we do with them that basically dictates the results of our lives. So when we're giving gifts of time, we're taking a precious part of the allotted time that we have. Because again, here's the interesting thing about time is that once it's gone, right? I can lend you 20 bucks and you can give it back to me. You can lend me your shirt and I can give it back to you. But time, once 1 second of time is gone, it's gone. You can't reclaim it. You can't redeem it. You can't bring it back. It's gone. So you have to make the most of the time that you have. And so that means that when you're giving gifts of time, you're giving of your most precious commodity. You're giving something that money can't buy. You're giving something that that basically you can't replace, and nobody's making any more of it. Okay, so once you set in your mind that you're going to give someone time, you're giving them something precious. And here's the thing, that for people whose lives revolve around gifts of time, if that's their love language, if they're giving it, this is something, man, they set aside time for you. They're going to make sure that they have time to talk to you, to have a beer with you, to break bread with you, whatever, right? And likewise, if you're giving of your quality time, and again, quality time is not just time. Quality time is when you are in the moment. When you're doing quality time, it comes down to 3 words: be here now. Because if you're anywhere else, if your mind is somewhere else, that's not really quality time. Now, I also said that I would mention this throughout every video during this week, is that you can be fluent in multiple languages. You can be multi-love lingual. We're love beings. We're created to love. So that means that you may have one or more love languages that you're fluent in, and some that you're functional in. And then you may have one that you're fluent in, and you might be illiterate in the others. And listen, no matter what, it's okay. That's the one thing that I want you to remember. Don't beat yourself up because you don't get all of the love languages. You have to work within the framework of who you are. Embrace your being and embrace your language. And one of the things that you'll find is that typically the love language that you are most proficient in giving is probably your love language. It's probably the one that you want to get most in return. So embrace your love language. Embrace the moment. Embrace this quality time. When you're with someone, set aside time for them and be present. Be in the moment. There's a word that I want to share with you, and it's being mindful. Being mindful is just actually embracing the moment, embracing everything that's in the moment, the environment, the scenery, the smells, the taste, the company, and embrace all of that. All of that is part of being mindful. And you want to be mindful of the time of others. And not only that, if you're giving your quality time, then I think that you have the earnest expectation of receiving the same. And it's not always going to be perfect. Listen, here's the thing. This is more art than science. And you want to get that in your mind that it's fluid and it can change. And the other thing, going back to what I said about being multilingual, you might be fluent in quality time and words of affirmation. And if that's cool, if that works for you, that's cool. In other words, find your niche, find your groove, find your love language, and then learn to speak it fluently. And once you speak it fluently, be sure to share it with others. That's what I have for you today, and I hope that that's encouraging, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Glad you tuned in. Hope to hear from you soon. If you like this video, please like and subscribe here, and I will see you on the other side of forward.